Alright, action lights, where are we? Big Agnes Daisy Mae, and I'm tent camping in this average REI tent. I'm just reminded about some things about tents, some things about sleeping bags. For instance, when it was really cold and I was testing the Daisy Mae, it's a 650 down sleeping bag, duck down I presume. That's what it smells like. I spoke to Big Agnes, super nice guy. I think Taylor, could be wrong, but really nice staff over there. Like, anybody, I went on and on. This is an awesome sleeping bag. Impressed with how it feels, the construction, the price. This is the woman's Daisy Mae 0 Fahrenheit. I was like, after really compliment, I was like, it smells a little bit. I was like, I had it out there. It was like 0, -1, -3, I don't know what Fahrenheit. I complimented it because it stayed pretty warm, I thought, pretty true to almost 0. But it smelled a little bit. I was like, it smelled a little bit like duck down. Like, eventually it's like, yeah, I did hear some people say that. So, and then as I was laying down, I just sat on it like I'm doing and changed and everything. It's raining, steady rain, 35 Fahrenheit. It smelled like duck down. So my question I'd pose is, just because something smells like down, does that mean like the feathers are getting too exposed to moisture? I don't know the answer. I would just guess maybe. Other than that, fine. This is beautiful garment. It's been doing great, got a great price. Just trying it out. I think I get like 30 days or something to try it out. I'm on top of the Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm. That was a Black Friday score, or Thanksgiving Friday. It was like REI had its sale and I got it for a couple $100. But it's been keeping me warm. I'm sitting up and I can kind of feel my rear end hitting the cold, frosty layer below. I'm pitched out on the snow, and I know how to rhyme on a dime. But anyway, I like this. I actually have the synthetic version on the way. There's a lot of closeouts going on right now, and super good deals on these women's sleeping bags, and they're the same as the man besides the colors. The woman's large is like the man's regular, pretty much. I mean, not exactly, but pretty much. So it's ever so slightly different in dimensions. Very impressed. Great price. I think I got the synthetic version. It was like $118 on closeout from REI. So, and it's 15 Fahrenheit synthetic. But little things I noticed, like when you're in there and it's really cold, your toes, where they poke the top of the sleeping bag. And Nemo might have this down, or First Light or something might have a synthetic foot box. Just little things. And of course the smell. And I've been talking to some of the companies like, hey, why don't you make around your draft collar and your head synthetic? Maybe it won't smell. But maybe I'm just too picky. The tent, I loved when I tested tents, how the copper spur from Big Agnes had a big barn that you could just take your trousers and throw them in there. That way they're kind of drying out. I liked some of those features. It had a loft for your phone. This REI Camp Dome, I don't know if somebody lost the loft to it or what. I thought it had a loft that came with it. But anyway, I see I'm starting to learn. I'm a hammock camper, for anybody seeing this. This yard I'm in, backwoods of Granny's, just back in the bluffs. We grew up along the river. There's no flat spot anywhere, but this is kind of flat. Now, that's sort of why I love this Big Agnes system. It really is like a leveler for people that hate the ground, because even with a slight angle, you're still lashed onto your bed. I know some of them, Thermarest has this thing around them. Nemo's messed around with it for a minute. I'm all fair to say Eddie Bauer might have pioneered this, but I don't know for sure. There were border runners back in the day, 1906, when Greene explored the North Country and just slept on his tarps. But Yeah, you can see the sweat on this thing just because I'm talking and stuff. Pretty good tent overall, though. However, it doesn't have anything out here. It's just got the thing out here. You can appreciate a good vestibule. And I mean, for what it is, I think when I got this tent, it was like one of the bigger tents. I don't know the specs, but it was, I'm more fair to say, not one of the shorter tents. And I mean, there's just not much room on a tent. You can kind of see some little areas where, I don't know if that's water coming in or if that's really more like condensation, just because it has been out here a long time. It's been a steady rain, and I'm really like where the water almost goes. Like, and that's another thing about tents. Remember, I'm a hammock guy. Like, a hammock doesn't matter if there's a creek underneath you almost. A tent, I feel like wherever it is a logical and kind of flatty spot, the ground's soft enough if you get a stake in, well, that's where the water goes. My buddy's like, yeah, my tent set up and water was just pouring in. I'm like, yeah, okay, doesn't surprise me. And, you know, while we're talking, I don't want to wear this thing out, but in the hammock and on the tent, this pad system proves really well. My Outdoor Vitals hammock, for instance, it's nearly a waterproof, or not Outdoor Vitals, Yukon Outfitters. It's Yukon Outfitters, one of their Freedom hammocks. It's nearly a waterproof hammock, so you could really almost throw your hammock over your gear or your bicycle if you had to, or wear it as a poncho. Wilderness Innovation poncho hammock, got one of those too. But what I'm getting at is, one time that rain was blowing in just enough that I mean, there was a couple inches of water in the bottom of that hammock, and I was still sleeping, but I was on my pad. I didn't even notice it. So I kind of had to flop my pad around and dry it off a little bit, or try. But yeah, and then the idea, like, when you're in a hammock, I was talking to Cooney Jason, my buddy, hiking buddy. First time I get to go hiking with somebody in forever. But he's like, oh, we're talking about how you just, what if it rains for like days on end, and you're kind of stuck in your tent or whatever. Like, that's a difference with the hammock. You're just like hanging, just chilling out, watching the waves come in, or the thunder, or just the rain pitter pat. It's just like you're in a recliner watching nature. I will credit, in the tent, you're just kind of, it's not too bad. I don't know how much I'd want a smaller tent. My bag here, this here. I'd want a big vestibule, that's for sure. I've tried some out. See some of my videos of the Nemo 2-person ultralight. A lot of bugs got trapped in the top of that one. It didn't have the little vents, and I don't know how much the vents made a difference. Saw one YouTube guy, the guy that interviewed Darwood, I forget, I'm bad with names, Jason? I'm bad with names, but he's doing a whole video comparing the ultralight Nemo. I love the pack size. It's like super small. It's only like 2.6 pounds. It's a 2-person. You go in either side, but glorified 1 person. Plenty of room. But I'd have all these bugs at the top. And it turned out that tent, I'd still have it, but it had a little, like a blemish on the fly. So maybe I'm picky, but hey, it's a new tent. I didn't put the blemish on it. I still got a credit with REI where I could get that tent back. It fell short. Just, again, you come in and you got to get into it. It had vestibules, but you're stuck, like it's raining, like it's been. You don't want to get into your inside tent all wet and muddy. So you kind of want to, like, maybe the vestibule, get your rain jacket, I don't know, off, or just like a little space to put your boots or negotiate things. And I'm just getting used to it. I'm more of a tarp, being from hammocks. I mean, the hammock tarp way over you, but then again, you're in the mud and everything like that. Here it's practically a stream running through my tent, and yeah, there's a couple little things of water. Tent floor works pretty good. This Cooney put his tent right in a waterfall. He had a video of it. He's like, yeah, no water came in it. He's literally got the waterfall coming down in the Shawnee. That's southern Illinois, for people who don't know Illinois. Illinois. I'll quit talking. Yeah, it smells like duck down in here. I don't know if, I don't know if that's just something people out there just kind of like, okay, whatever. I know, like, my even my 900 fill goose down wilderness Logix quilt you get a couple days of rain up there on the Canadian border up there, and it starts smelling like, like duck down. I don't know, like you're laying underneath the belly of a duck or goose. Doesn't sound too bad when it's cold, that's for sure.